Raid with no deaths. I'll tell you what,
Is that
no
from the?
D. I'm actually gonna go right ahead without you there. You can keep talking though. You can do your own thing. We'll get hooked up with somebody in
Hey,
this. Unless, of course, we end up going to Mars, then I'll quit out because I hate going to Mars. The strikes
yeah.
on Mars.
The only Mars raid I hate is, I mean, Mars Strike is the one with the flyers. The other one's not too bad.
I couldn't step.
No, it's not.
The other one to what's his name? To Lark. Talark.
I mean, that takes a while, but it's not hard.
Yeah, that's the
Story
the
is
problem.
they
Is
raided
it
the
just
prison
takes
of
too
elders
long.
in the reef. Got an Archon priest. The Queen's bounty is high, so we know it's powerful. We need to
One's
hunt
hard
this
as
thing
shit,
down
not very
before
long,
we
and the
fully
other is
restore its soul.
easy, but long as hell.
I mean, that definitely speaks to the way the game is balanced when people. This is Mars, isn't it? No,
No,
wait,
it's
wait,
Venus.
yeah, it's Venus. Sorry. It speaks to the balancing of the game.
My
when-
least favorite strike is the Nexus one on Venus. I hate that fucking thing.
Really, I love that one. Why do you hate?
I didn't even know about the hiding spots the first few times I ran through it though, so it was a pain in the ass.
I don't. I've made it before without dying. I want to do that again, of course. But okay, because I've got a bounty to get on Venus, I'm actually going to take my time and kill some enemies here, and I also need some spirit bloom as well, actually. So I'm sure the guy who we hopped in with, is not going to like that. But where?
I got a chest in here.
Oh, do you even? Okay, I'll hook up with you.
Spirit Bloom's really easy to farm at that one spot where the captain spawns all the time. You just walk around all the caves and there's always chests there.
Oh, you opened it.
Not a problem.
You got at least like 10 seconds before it disappears anyway.
I thought it was 30 or 45 or something.
Last
Like that.
one.
Actually, the other items will disappear as well. What is it? The actual spirit bloom itself will eventually disappear, but I think that takes a lot longer. Alright, I better get close to that guy to make sure that I actually. Get those pumice threads.
I was surprised to see how maxed out you could get the armor on the hunter.
Why do you say that?
It actually goes pretty high if you get some of the skill change things, or whatever the hell you want to call them. It's like a notch under the Titan. If you use Path Unknown and Way of the Fearless on the hunter, like there's just one more gap for you to get the full armor. And you have moderate recovery and moderate agility.
Interesting.
Because on the Warlock you can max out armor and then your recovery are maxed out, but then the agility is horseshit. You got like nothing.
With the raid armor?
No, with just the subclass perks that you can get.
Oh, okay. Did you just open a chest, Wee Moon?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I need that stuff.
Oh, I thought you went inside already.
What? I still get the chest. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. This guy's moving forward and killing enemies, so it's usually best for us to be the other one and do stuff like that. He's probably wondering where the hell we are. Oh yeah, and
There's actually no wait.
if he dies,
No, it's the other
we're
one.
gonna teleport over there with him.
I was going to tell you, you could just run through that one because of all the
Well, see,
captains that spawn, or ultras, but it's the other one. It's the one with the...
see the reason why I'm not doing that is because there's hummus threads that I can collect. So I don't want to make the most out of my time instead of just chewing it up on a patrol on Mars.
Yeah, I think you can actually get all the pumice threads in one run of the... What the hell is that one called? The Winter's whatever, Digger?
Winter's...
The one with the Archon Priest?
Oh, can ya? The only thing is that we're in with a random, right? So he doesn't know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of ultras and stuff that spawn in the Winter's run.
That is correct.
So you get 20 per kills on those.
Yeah, that's right. There was a guy with a yellow light bar, and I went by him.
Yeah, don't pass up the gold ones when you get that stuff. And also, you can just sit and farm that one captain that spawns in that area with all the spirit bloom. He spawns like every 5 seconds.
Oh, really? I'll have to remember that next time. I've heard about that a couple times.
And if you ever need to farm hives, just go to the Cosmodrome.
Oh yeah, that one I
and
know.
There's a place that you can, yeah, you can go underground, and the 3 spawn at the same time.
I think I need to get closer to these guys. As much as I need to do that. Did the developers change anything with the collection of things like pumice threads? It seems like when somebody else makes the kill, I don't get any of that stuff, even no matter how
We'll
close
need
I
to get
am.
through. I'll check it out.
They may have.
It's too bad. So just stand back and snipe them.
I hated the Queen's Wrath mission, that one where you had to kill 3 fallen walkers.
give me
That
some
was
time.
some bullshit. You either had to get the last hit on the walker, or you had to be close to the person that got the last hit for it to count.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
What level's your second character or third character, whichever?
I think he's at
character you're on?
10. Oh wait, was he 13 when we last left?
I have no idea.
So yeah, he's in no condition to do the weekly right now.
I had no idea how hard the Cabal stuff was, the Mars mission. I just went and did Crucible for a while to level up. I was trying to solo one of the Mars missions and I was getting my ass beat.
Ah, Which one were you trying to do?
The one where you have to put the Vex Mind in that thing, and then that big Cabal comes out. It's got the rocket launcher. I forget what it's called though.
Is that a strike or
that
just a
white
story
one?
mission?
It's just a story mission.
Okay, that one I know. Yeah, he's a little bit. The Cabal that comes out is a little bit bigger, but not by much.
He looks kind of like, he's not as big as Volus the Horric, but he is pretty big. Oh, sweet. 20,000 kills as a hunter. I think I'm 19,000 like the hunter. I mean the warlock, so I should be able to get that one. I guess eventually all the planets will be missions.
Oh, that's gonna be a long time.
Yeah, if you go to the Grimoire page on Bungie, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury are on there, but they're not part of the actual story yet. So hopefully they will.
You know, in the previews, I thought we were gonna get every planet, and I think it's like 9 races of enemies too. But yeah, the way it's looking, I don't think we're. I mean, they've got a 10-year plan for it. I honestly don't think this game is gonna last that long.
10-year plan? Oh, there's no way.
Yeah, it's way too repetitive, and
Picking up fallen
I
cops.
mean, one of the advantages of World of Warcraft is that it's a lot cheaper to work on because, I mean, the graphics aren't cranked up as high as other games are, so it's easy for them to whip something together. Fortunately, Blizzard takes their time and they make something good every year, but thankfully, making that stuff doesn't cost them an arm and a leg. Alright, get that relic harvest in. You know what? I am just gonna skip past this stuff.
That would explain why a lot of the people that used to play this don't play this anymore.
Well, that's like that with every game, but just the nature of the game itself. I mean, I don't think that the game has that much longevity. I could see it lasting 5 years. Because, I mean, Activision did push it really hard, and they've been pushing all that DLC as well, but 10 years? No. No, I don't see this being the next World of Warcraft. I mean, if they wanted that, then this game should have had, you know, there should be enough to do that it, like in Oblivion and the Elder Scrolls and whatnot. You could spend so much time in those games from all the stuff that you can do.
The Archon Priest is still inside.
And isn't World of Warcraft like, wasn't the vanilla World of Warcraft like that? You could spend 100 hours exploring the universe or world, something like that. It was pretty big to begin with, and this, no, it's only 20 hours to begin with.
The story was only about 5.
What was that, Wee Moon?
The story went by fast.
Yeah, it did.
Oh man,
Very
that
even.
story, it's... Oh man. See, the thing that I've noticed with Blizzard is that they make their games like games, not movies. And that's one of the things that I noticed with Diablo 3. The only time I saw a cutscene was when it first started, when it ended, and between chapters. And there's only like 5. Which I thought was great. That's old school feeling to me. And that's exactly the thing that they were able to use to appeal to casual gamers. That's how they advertise the game. You know, Diablo 3, what is it? It's a game! not a freaking movie.
There was a point when in my console gaming where I actually did like watching cutscenes.
Oh, you've gotten to that point where you hate them as well?
Yeah.
See, the thing that I know a developer who used to work at Digital Extremes in London, and now he's working for Ubisoft, and every now and then I'd ask him questions, and about what goes on in the scene, and he said that one of the developers and publishers right now, they're really obsessed with trying to get the same kind of fame and same kind of money that there are in movies. So the reason why video games are copying movies so much is because they want that fame and the money. So that's definitely the wrong reason to be trying to push these things. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, it's also led to some Rockstar behavior behind the scenes as well. And that's also why they keep pushing to have video games recognized as an art form. And what's the first thing that they say compare it to? It's an art form, like movies and TV. And, I mean, technically, with the action-based video games, that some of them are pretty much as dumb as a Michael Bay movie. That makes me think they want the same kind of artistic integrity that Michael Bay has.
Well, all they gotta do is add lots of explosions. Then you have a Michael Bay movie right there.
That's pretty much the Call of Duty campaign right there. Fewer explosions, more shooting, but still.
Are you guys
Things
almost done with
happening
story?
for no reason at all.
What was that, Noah?
I said, are you guys almost done with this story?
Yeah, we just got to the boss. Yeah, I remember there are so many other ways to tell a good video game story without resorting to cutscenes. And the other thing that video games should be good for is player control. So, you should be able to change the story as well.
That was a good thing about Dragon Age, but I didn't get into getting Dragon Age that well. I didn't like it.
I've got both of them. I've never had a chance to play either of them though. I'd like to, but the thing is that when you focus on changing the story in the video game, you have to really think about things and treat things differently. So, say the dialogue wheel in Mass Effect. That's a lot more interactive than just watching a cutscene. And that I understand. I get that. I'm a lot more supportive of that, and I'm a lot more supportive of a game like, say, The Walking Dead, where even though there are a lot of cutscenes, it is mostly a cutscene. You still have to. There's still a lot of player choice involved, which is going to change the story. Same with Heavy Rain. I like that as well. And
yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, to me, Heavy Rain is still a video game because the concept of having a good ending or a bad ending is similar to a concept of winning or losing. When I got to the end of and that to me adds a lot more gravity and weight to the game. When you get to the end, you don't get a good ending, and it's kind of like losing, or getting what would you call it, a hollow victory. A victory that isn't really that great.
Yeah.
So it makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to play it again. So to me, that's why I kind of felt some tension in Heavy Rain during. I know most people hate QuickTime events. I do as well. And that was the only instance where I felt QuickTime events were good. But I felt a lot of tension during those QuickTime events because it's like I want to get this QuickTime event because if I don't make this QuickTime event, the game's going to continue on. And the ending is not going to be as good as I want it to be.
I did like the QuickTime events in God of War.
They certainly... That's where they started everything off. I think the earlier ones were the best, but after a while I was just like, no, I hate. Just like everybody else,
Yeah, it eventually got to be the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it really wore things down. I would rather, instead of watching some quick time event and pushing a button at the right time, that Kratos just goes in for a quick death.
I mean, yeah, some of the quick time events in the later games were pretty gruesome and pretty cool, but they were the same thing over and over.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm an adult now, so, you know, that one enemy that looks like an elephant, I kind of felt like Kratos cutting his skull open to expose his brain was a bit much. I guess a couple other people did too.
It's better off in the prison of elders. I'll contact the Vanguard.
See, in the earlier games, it also made a bit more sense that Kratos would try and everything had to be overkill because he's such a jerk. And you know, the more you do it in those games, like, yeah, he is a jerk, and that just sends home the message of how much of a jerk he is. In the prequel, God of War Ascension, the online for that was great, but the story was just completely redundant, and trying to show a human side of Kratos, that to me didn't make any sense at all. I mean, the character progression of Kratos goes from a guy who wants revenge to a guy who just goes overboard with revenge who you no longer like anymore. I did think that was really cool, by the way. Where you start as the hero, and over time you realize that you are the villain.